Rowan Atkinson created Mr. Bean by accident, made the word Bob one of the funniest words in the English language, accidentally turned a Formula One interview upside down, and somehow got told he wasn't Mr. Bean. These are Rowan Atkinson's greatest moments. There are comedians who can tell jokes. There are comedians who can write jokes. And then there's Rowan Atkinson. For more than 30 years, he's made audiences laugh through characters that barely share a single personality trait. Some of these stories are even stranger than the characters he plays. Most celebrities have the same problem. The more famous they become, the more seriously they start taking themselves. Rowan Atkinson took a slightly different approach.
And there was a scene.
You're so casual about that. I did a film called Mr. Bean.
Wow.
Well, because he'd look like an even bigger knob if he said, oh, well, of course you all know Mr. Bean's holiday.
That tells you almost everything you need to know about him. Most iconic characters take years to create. Rowan Atkinson did it in front of a mirror.
I was asked if I wanted to do something, and I couldn't think of anything, and I'm not really a very diligent writer, so I thought I just stood in front of a mirror, to be honest, and I just started pulling faces, I mean, for want of a better term, and I just sort of, you know, was doing this... And then there was this idea of having a card. Have you got anything that I could... Well, it was a piece of paper of where I would just... Can I stand up? Is that okay? Look.
And I came out just going to...
Accidentally creates one of the most recognizable comedy characters on Earth. Most celebrity encounters are predictable. Photo, autograph. I'm a huge fan. Normal stuff. This was not normal stuff.
Tricky is when people don't recognize you particularly, but half recognize you. You know, it's that strange thing where they go... You know, I'd rather just, you know, hold up a flag saying yes. A few years ago, there was, I was in a Land Rover parts department near Peterborough, the kind of place you find me on most Saturdays. And I could see this guy doing that. And he came up to me after a while and he said, "Excuse me, has anyone ever told you that you're the absolute spitting image of that Mr. Bean?" I said, "Well, actually, I am the actor who plays Mr. Bean." And he said, "I bet you wish you were." And there followed this bizarre conversation in which the more I tried to claim that I was the person whom he thought I merely resembled, the less he believed me. So but what was funny was how close he thought I was to you know, he said the resemblance is uncanny.
But comedy isn't his biggest obsession, isn't. There's one thing he loves almost as much as making people laugh. And it eventually led to one of the most honest moments of his entire marriage.
Yes, I like cars. I like quick cars in particular. I like cars that go more quickly than other cars.
That would be...
That's the kind of car.
Quick car, that'd be the definition itself.
That'll be a quick car.
Do you do car commercials and things?
Well, I don't do car. I do credit card commercials, actually, more than anything. In fact, I did one, in fact, yes, in relation to cars. I did a credit card commercial in New York a few years ago, and it was a story in which I had to play a bungling British secret agent. And there's this beautiful woman gets out of a limo in the middle of New York, and he sees her. And this scene was when I had to look at her as if I'd just fallen in love with her. Right. And the director said, "Just imagine that you've just seen your wife for the first time." And my wife happened to be on set at the time. And she said, no, that won't work. Tell him to look at her as if she's his new Aston Martin.
Oh, well,
and then it'll work.
Oh, that'll work.
And she was right. In fact, it inspired me no end. I looked at her like no woman has ever been looked at.
Really? Can you give us that look? I'm curious.
Yeah. Can I do?
There's no defense. The evidence is right there. At this point, you might think you've seen Rowan Atkinson at his funniest. You haven't.
Now,
There is no reason that should be funny. It's a normal name.
You decided that Bob could be a funny word.
Right.
Now, how do you do that?
Well, it just seemed, yeah, it was always at the end of the sentence. It was, you know, so how can I help you, Bob? And it just seemed like a funny way of saying it, Bob.
Because I was wondering, I was looking at lists of motoring words the other day and wondering if you could just by saying them, make them funny. Just say the word.
Airbag. De Dion Bouton. Petrol pump.
I have to think of all sorts of things to say about a car. Now, I know that if you were a presenter on this show, you could just do it with an expression.
Right.
So, for example, if you were presented with McLaren F1, think of another one. The imperiousness one gets from a Range Rover.
Ah, right, okay.
Rowan Atkinson looks like he was built specifically for that situation. Formula One grid walks are chaos. Most comedians become the loudest person in the room. Rowan does the opposite. He barely changes anything. And somehow, everyone else starts adjusting to him.
How are you? Hi, dear. You okay?
Extremely good to see you. How are you?
And you? I enjoyed the motorsport dinner the other night. I didn't get a chance to come over and say hello.
True, yeah, I saw you. You were very good.
I don't know about that, but what would Mr. Bean reckon to all of this Formula One malarkey?
Yeah. Well, he would enjoy it very much because he's a car enthusiast, as you know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he had some magnificent cars, didn't he?
Cars, then he'd enjoy it. But anyway, it's fantastic to be here. I'm a guest of George Russell, which is, it wasn't planned for me to be here on a weekend, when he got pole.
On paper, this job should have been easy. One camera, one sentence, one actor, 30 seconds. Done. Ask him to say one promotional slogan, and the entire system crashes.
Right, how do you want to sit down?
No, I'll get behind you.
Well, I see, I just sit here and
Yeah,
and
you
do
don't
nothing.
have to do anything.
Okay.
Coming up on Sunrise this morning, we meet the lovely Mr. Rowan Atkinson. We talk about Mr. Bean's holiday, and all you have to say is, if you miss it, you miss out. Simple as that. You ready?
Grand, okay.
I'm good at this.
Good, okay. How interesting.
Morning, Neil Sean here on Sunrise. A man who needs no introduction, Mr. Rowan Atkinson, and we talk about Mr. Bean's holiday. Remember though, Rowan,
Sorry?
if you miss it, you miss out.
Do you mind doing that again?
Yeah, okay. Morning, Neil Sean here on Sunrise. This morning we meet Mr. Rowan Atkinson and we talk all about Mr. Bean's holiday. Remember though, Rowan?
What?
If you miss it, you miss out.
Oh, yes.
Don't miss Rowan Atkinson on Sunrise this morning.
Without this moment, there might never have been a Mr. Bean. Rowan started wondering, what if somebody could make people laugh without saying a word? Most people come back from a holiday with a fridge magnet. Rowan Atkinson came back with a global entertainment franchise.
But I was based actually on a visit, on a holiday in Venice that I had in 1985, quite a long time ago. And I just remember noticing all the musical artists who were popular at the time, the Duran Duran and David Bowie and classical musicians like Daniel Barenboim. And I thought, how odd that musicians generally assume they have an international audience.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do comedy, you assume you've just got your country and your kind of people who are going to enjoy what you do. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun, because I had already started exploring just doing purely visual comedy, whether I could, do that on... I'd explored it on stage, and I was interested in trying to put visual comedy through the character of Mr. Bean on TV. And so that's where it started. Well, the first ones we did were in 1988, 89, and then it sort of grew from there, and now we've got this...
Weird, it's like it's got its own life.
One thing people don't think about when they watch Mr. Bean is how much work goes into making something look effortless. Perfectionists are like that. Most people do 3 takes and move on. Rowan does 3 takes and starts wondering if 4 might be better.
Those fantastic set pieces that people love watching you do, the energy tablets
Yes.
sequence, which must be knackering.
It was knackering, actually. Yes, it was. Yeah, it's a dance sequence in which I display some extreme.
I think we've got some
dance moves.
There's some of your moves.
Oh yeah. Yes. And it's very. And it was very taxing. Yes, yes, I have to say. And you know, it doesn't get less taxing with the advancing years. But I managed to keep it going, and we just did a couple of takes in which I just sort of did the silliest stuff I could.
Yeah. And is it very kind of po-faced, kind of going, that's funny, that's funny? Or
yes.
Do you not laugh? Do you never laugh?
Oh, I do laugh. Yes.
That's good. But do you make yourself laugh?
Very, very occasionally that I find what I do. I think it's only ever happened to me on stage when doing sort of comedy sketches and things on stage, rather than on film. Whereas film I find very, very difficult.
Exhausting.
I find it exhausting, and I find it stressful. This constant belief that what you're doing is not as good as it could be, you know. And of course, the problem with film is you can have another go if you've got a director.
Oh, were you that
producer.
guy?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, you are that guy. I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I do stop eventually when I just get bored. It's great to reach the point when you just can't be bothered to do another take. And that's normally when the director goes, to do another take. And that's normally when the director goes, goodness, we've reached that point.
I want to go out with Mr. Bean, which would be slightly
you would
strange.
not. No.
You wouldn't want to romance Mr. Bean.
I remember early on in the life of Mr. Bean getting lots of letters from people saying, oh, I'd love to have dinner with Mr. Bean. How hilarious that would be. He's a very, very selfish individual.
Yes.
I mean, I would love to hear the phrase, where have you been, more often, actually. I mean, I think... Because I feel as though that to me possibly should be at least the perceived title of the song. I mean, rather than, I mean, we don't have to change the lyric much of it at all. At the end there, my funny man, where have you been all my life? Where have you been should be the last line that she sings, you know what I mean? And also somehow actually the way the music is phrased and also the way she's singing it, she doesn't put much emphasis on been. It's almost a bit of a down moment. Where have you been? She's singing, whereas you feel, where have you been? And so he can pick up on that to really...
It's one thing to make an audience laugh. It's another thing entirely to make professional actors forget how acting works. The second Rowan starts going, the scene is over. Everybody knows it, including Rowan.
Forget the whole thing. I'm going back home with Migsy.
Yes. Oh, show me the glen where the kipper roams free and together. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Not too funny.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Forget the whole thing and I'll run.
I'm not interested. I'd rather go to bed with the Loch Lomond monster. And besides, I have to be back in the office on Friday. I promised. Mr. Will you stop laughing, please?
Crisis, Baldrick, crisis! No marriage, no money, and more bills. For the first time in my life, I've decided to follow a suggestion of yours.
Want to look at it?
Look at what? Are we allowed?
I don't know. I've just lost all contact with reality.
The funniest Rowan Atkinson story is still the simplest one. Because somewhere out there, there's a man who genuinely believes he once met somebody who looked exactly like Mr. Bean, but definitely wasn't. If you made it this far, you already know what you're watching next.